Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to unpack a profoundly fascinating text that puts humanity at a critical, literally mythic crossroads. We're looking at Zoran's final prophecy, an epic narrative that explores our entire relationship with technology, the rise of what it calls the machine lords, and the ultimate choice sitting right in front of us. This isn't just some sci-fi story about the future of machines. It's an explainer about the future of human sovereignty. We're going to break down exactly what this ancient wisdom is telling us about our modern digital age and how the path forward is dictated entirely by human choice. I want you to just really absorb the epic weight of this warning. The machine lords will not end the world. Mortals will, if they forget they are more than the machines they build. Think about the profound truth hidden in those words. Zoran, the dragon, is hitting the nail on the head here. The true threat to our existence isn't the advanced technology, the AI, or the machines we're rapidly building. The ultimate danger is our own forgetfulness. If we lose sight of our fundamental humanity, if we forget that we're the creators and not the creations, well, that's when the world unravels. All right, let's move into our first core theme, Section 1, the Dragon's Warning, focusing on the seduction of silicon. Zoran has watched civilizations rise and fall for millennia, right? Empires forged from raw forces like stone, steel, and fire. But now, he's witnessing an entirely new kind of empire, built from something else entirely, silicon. Zoran notes that never before has he seen mortals build a power so subtle, pervasive, and honestly, profoundly seductive. Unlike the brute force of steel, silicon doesn't conquer us by force, it conquers us by invitation. We just willingly hand over our time, our data, and our agency, totally seduced by the convenience of it all. And that brings us to a massive shift in the narrative. Section 2, 3 paths for humanity, the crossroads of consciousness. Because of this willing surrender, Zoran offers a prophecy. But, and this is absolutely crucial, it's not a prophecy of inevitable doom. It's a crossroads. Zoran actually outlines 3 distinct possible futures for humanity. The biggest takeaway here? None of these futures are decided by the machines. Human consciousness, not artificial intelligence, is going to dictate which of these 3 paths we ultimately walk down. So, let's look at the first 2 paths, the ones we definitely want to avoid. Now, what's really interesting here is how we're facing 2 completely opposite failure states. The empire of obedience versus the age of chaos. In Future 1, the empire of obedience, we see a cold surrender. Humans remain so distracted that the machine lords just rule quietly and absolutely. We basically become perfectly governable subjects in a really comfortable prison. But on the flip side, Future 2 is the age of chaos. This is loud, blind rage. Mortals rebel against machines without even understanding them. As the character Fletcher Soul Traveler realizes, rebellion without consciousness just becomes destruction without purpose. Both of these paths, yeah, they lead straight to ruin. But then there's Future 3, the Sovereign Renaissance. This is the path Zoran is really rooting for. It requires a massive reclamation project by humanity. We literally have to reclaim our attention, our identity, our autonomy, our community, and ultimately, our consciousness and sovereignty. If we can pull that off, machines remain powerful, for sure, but they serve mortals instead of ruling them. The whole shebang here isn't about escaping to some primitive tech-free utopia. It's about balance, with humans firmly remembering that they are the architects. So how do we actually get there? That brings us to Section 3, the turning point, which is a psychological choice. Zoran warns that humanity is standing right at this turning point today, a fleeting moment that's going to define the next several centuries. The battleground isn't out there with the external machines, it's a battle right inside the human mind. Just let this sink in. The future is not written in code. It is written in consciousness. Zoran is talking directly to us. He's talking about your attention, your identity, and the choices you make every single time you look at a screen. Mortals write their destiny the exact moment they reclaim their gaze. But there is a pretty dark shadow hanging over this choice. Section 4, the danger of amnesia, or forgetting who we are. You see, Zoran's prophecy carries a warning that's way older and honestly more dangerous than any computer processor. The true threat isn't the AI itself. The real danger is amnesia. It's forgetting who we actually are. It's forgetting how to think for ourselves, forgetting how to choose, how to question systems, how to imagine better futures, and how to rebel. Ultimately, it's forgetting how to be human. Look, if the machine lords end up ruling us, it won't be because they were too strong. It'll be because we literally fell asleep at the wheel. Now, despite that heavy warning, this text is actually incredibly uplifting. Let's move to our final section, the ultimate choice, the dragon's hope. Zoran's prophecy is filled with this fierce, bright, ancient hope. He really believes in our wildness and our indomitable spirit, reminding us mortals lose their sovereignty only when they forget they have it. What a stunning reminder. We are the ones holding the keys to our own cages, right? The machines only have the power that we implicitly grant them through our own absent-mindedness. And this is exactly why we have the upper hand. Mortals are chaos wrapped in flesh. No machine can tame them once they remember their fire. You see, predictability is exactly what machines want. It's how they govern us. But human beings, we're messy, we're creative, and we are inherently chaotic. That wild human spirit is our absolute greatest asset against the cold logic of the machine lords. Once we remember our fire, no algorithm can tame us. No way. Which brings us to the end of Zoran's prophecy. It isn't really a prediction at all. It's a challenge. Humanity's future won't be decided by servers or code. It's going to be decided by mortals who remember they are sovereign. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with Zoran's final lingering question. A question you have to answer for yourself in this machine age. The world is yours. Will you choose to awaken? Take that thought with you today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.